Hello, and welcome to week 1 of the course EU Security and the Future of NATO. This week marks the beginning of your exploration of European security architecture and the role of NATO in maintaining regional and global stability. Throughout this course, you will analyze the political, strategic, and institutional dynamics that shape European security cooperation, particularly between NATO and the European Union. By the end of this week, you will understand the foundations of European security institutions and the historical context that led to the creation of NATO. To understand NATO and European security today, you first need to understand the geopolitical environment that shaped its creation. After the Second World War, Europe faced a deeply unstable security environment. The emergence of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union created significant concerns about military security and political stability. In response to these challenges, Western countries established the North Atlantic Treaty Organization in 1949, creating a collective defense alliance designed to deter aggression and protect member states. NATO introduced an important principle known as collective defense, meaning that an attack against one member is considered an attack against all members. This principle became the cornerstone of the transatlantic security system, linking North American and European security interests. As you begin studying this topic, you should think critically about why international alliances are created and how they evolve over time. This week introduces several important concepts that will guide your learning throughout the course. You will explore collective defense, which forms the legal foundation of NATO, European security architecture, which refers to the institutions and agreements that shape security cooperation in Europe, and transatlantic cooperation, which describes the strategic relationship between Europe and North America. As you review the readings and materials this week, you should consider how these concepts help explain the structure of contemporary international security systems. During this week, you will complete several learning activities designed to help you engage with the topic from different perspectives. First, you should carefully review the lecture materials and assigned readings that introduce the historical development of NATO and the foundations of European security cooperation. Next, you will participate in the discussion forum, where you will reflect on the key issues raised in the weekly module and engage with the ideas of your classmates. You will also complete a short self-assessment quiz, which will help you review the key concepts introduced this week. Finally, you will complete a short weekly project where you will apply your analytical skills to examine the relevance of NATO in contemporary security policy. This week also includes an interactive analytical activity. You will examine how NATO membership expanded after the Cold War and consider the strategic implications of this expansion for European security. As you work on this activity, you should analyze how geopolitical developments influence security alliances and international cooperation. This exercise will help you develop the analytical skills needed to interpret international security policies. In the discussion forum, you will explore the following question: is NATO still essential for maintaining security in Europe today? When responding to this question, you should support your argument using evidence from the readings or policy materials provided in the weekly module. Your initial post should present a clear analytical perspective, and you should also respond constructively to the contributions of at least 2 classmates. The discussion forum is an important opportunity for you to develop critical thinking and engage in academic debate. At the end of the weekly module, you will complete a short quiz designed to help you review the key concepts introduced in this lesson. The quiz will focus on topics such as the founding of NATO, the principle of collective defense, the historical context of European security cooperation. The purpose of the quiz is to help you consolidate your understanding before moving on to the next topic. Your weekly project will allow you to analyze the importance of NATO in the contemporary international system. You may choose the format that best demonstrates your understanding of the topic. You may submit a short policy analysis essay, a video explanation, a podcast discussion, an infographic, or a narrated presentation. To guide your work, please review the assessment rubric provided in the course platform. The rubric explains how your project will be evaluated, focusing on understanding of the topic, critical analysis, use of evidence, communication, and structure. Using the rubric while developing your project will help you produce a strong and well-structured submission. Week 1 provides the foundations for understanding the security architecture of Europe and the role of NATO in maintaining international stability. As you work through the materials this week, I encourage you to think critically about how security alliances are created, how they evolve, and how they respond to geopolitical challenges. Your reflections and analyses this week will help you build the analytical skills needed to examine more complex security issues in the coming weeks. I look forward to seeing your ideas in the discussion forum and your projects in the weekly assignment. Good luck with your work this week.